Hi. Welcome to, I don't know what day it is, but it's one of the days of the holiday sneak peek. In fact, it is getting so close that it's hardly a sneak peek. It's almost time for you to be able to order from the 2018 holiday catalog. And today I'm going to show you one of the bundles that I must admit it was not on my radar. It would not have been one of the sets that I would have picked to be my favorite, but I always pick sets that don't appeal to me at first glance. I stretch myself and I just make myself buy some, and this would be one of them. It's the Winter Woods, and you know, it's some trees, and Stampin' Up does trees, and it's a pine tree and some bark, and so I got it. But as I've worked with it, I made a card for my demonstrator team meeting, and I'm getting ready to make that for you now. And it ended up being my favorite project of the night. And as I watched, there's a video, and once it's released for the public, right now just demonstrators can see it, but once it's released to the public, I'll put it on my Facebook for you guys to watch. Here comes my husband. He has on headphones, so he's being loud. But once it's released and you guys can see it, there he is, I will post it for you. They designed this bundle to go to work with Rooted in Nature and Lovely as a Tree, so it rounds out the seasons, and it's obviously the winter version of those, but they all work nicely together. So this, actually, the trees, I'll get it a little closer so you can see them, they're beautiful. It's a red rubber stamp set, because to get that detail, you couldn't get that in photopolymer, and it stamps so pretty. And the card that I made is so pretty. Actually, I thought it for a second I didn't bring up my cardstock, but it's not in camera range, but I'll be able to get it. It just made a lovely, beautiful card. So who knew? And in fact, today, if you're a demonstrator and you're part of our Creating and Sharing the Life You Love Facebook group, it ended up that I liked this so much that our focus today was on stage swaps, which is what demonstrators, when we get together at group events, we trade cards. And this morning I had very little time to come up with a demonstration for our Facebook Live that we did this afternoon on that group. And I was so inspired by this set that it happens to be my swap that I'll be doing. Not this set, but Rooted in Nature, which I hadn't even used yet. And I got it when the annual catalog pre-order in April came out. But I was so inspired by this that I went and got that. So let me get my paper, which is laying all the way over here. This is a Christmas card that I did. I have a whole giant stack of paper. But the images would be perfect for masculine cards, which is always, you know, people are always looking for good masculine cards. So for Father's Day, or for men's thank yous, or for men's birthdays, also for sympathy cards. So I'm going to do a Christmas card, but it would also, for scrapbooking, if you do any winter kind of scrapbooking, it would be perfect for that. So it's a great all-around set. And like I said, I didn't even give it a first look. So it could be that you've looked at the catalog and you have your wish list for September 5th already written out. So maybe you don't want to watch this video because I may just ruin it for you. So here we go. Close your eyes if moving the camera bothers you, because I'm going to pull this down. If you are in Indianapolis, or if you're one of my campers and you come to camps, this is one of my all of my camp projects ready for September. You can get September 14th and 15th. It's whatever those, that Friday-Saturday combination is. That's when camp will be. I have a little bit of brush show. You may have seen my messy table. I took some shots just of messy table shots. There's a little bit of brush show still on the table. So this is gray granite. Gray granite is probably, after soft sea foam, my favorite of the new, this up a little bit, of the new Stampin' Up colors that just were released. So I've got a gray granite base. I didn't get all of the pieces that I need. I have lots of paper cut because I have it ready for camp. And I also have it ready to stamp a few for the girls. my demonstrators who weren't able to make it last night. So when they can't make it, we can't send stamped images. So what I do is I make all of them up, and then everybody gets a couple. They don't get all of them, but everybody that didn't come gets a couple. So what I've done is this is a 1/4 sheet of vanilla, and this is just going to be a base because I wanted it to have something to stick it to. So that's just being set aside. Then this is Shimmer. If you watch my videos, you know Shimmer, the Shimmery cardstock is my favorite because of the color, because it's not white and it's not vanilla. I like the Shimmer, which goes pretty for this card because it's kind of a winter card. But I often go to the cardstock because of the color, not necessarily because of the Shimmer. But for this card, it's kind of both. This is the pine tree, and this is soft suede. So I'm going to ink this up on the Shimmer cardstock, and I've already, because I had the event, my cardstock's kind of already cut to be the size that they needed. So you can see it stamps like it has snow on it. And then it's got a grading set that I'm going to stamp on the inside. And it says, "Thinking of you this season." Which there is some words in the, one of the all word sets. And at camp we'll actually use those in there because they're pretty words and they go with this. So that's for the soft suede. I'm on to my second set of the new ink pads, so you can see I haven't added my colors to those. And this is gray granite. And this is another sheet of Shimmer cardstock. And this is the stamp. You can see it's really, really delicate rubber carving of wispy trees. The only thing I don't like about the stamp set right now, while it's still summer out, is thinking about how dreary winter can be around here in like February when the trees do look like this. I'm gonna ink this, and it fits like one more tree over here. So I'm just gonna ink up one more tree. And I don't have any scrap paper, so it's probably gonna get on my table. I did pretty good. So I have one row of trees. And then I'm gonna come in here, just on the inside. And do a row of trees down there on the bottom. They're so pretty. And this card's so simple. And then here's the bark, which, like I said, the first flip through the catalog. Of course, as demonstrators, we don't have the actual catalog in hand for the holiday. The other catalogs, if you go to the Stampin' Up! Events, at least you have the catalog in your hand. When you're scrolling through, it's kind of hard to fall in love with a lot of stuff when you're scrolling. This is the galvanized silver paper that's in the holiday catalog, and you can stamp on it. This is smoky slate ink. And again, I don't have scrap paper. I'm going to use this for my scrap paper because, like I said, it's just a base. And because I wasn't thinking about it, I don't have any scrap paper over here. This is going to get covered up. So I just want different portions of the bark. And it dries quickly. I was kind of surprised the first time I did it. I thought it might stay kind of welled up on there, but it dries quickly. So just kind of fill those up. So show you those. You just get some of the trees. And back to the inside of my card. I'll just add some of the trees over there. That's it for the stamping. I'm going to put my big shot up here. stuff so you guys can see it. And it won't be on this blog post, but on the next one when the catalog's live, the next card I do with it, I will show you the dies that come in this set, because there's some fun dies. There's one that will do a snow slope for you. This one just cuts out the tree. So got that one. And then this one here, we'll cut out the leaves, and you can see it's going to also emboss. And I've got some champagne paper here. My husband's painting in the hallway. You can probably hear his painting as much as you can hear me. Send those through. And one pass with those should do it on most of your big shots, because they're just framelets. The one is kind of an embossed lip, but because it's, all my pokey things are downstairs still from last night. This is the only project that I brought upstairs. There we go. So you can see it embosses the veins on the leaves. Just simple ones. It's not anything super fancy. Poke that little piece out. And then I should have stuck this together before I did this part. This piece here, that's my scrap. This is just going to hold these two together. So I'm going to take my snail. Just attach this together. These so they would fit exactly on this piece here. And then I've got, this is out of the annual catalog, it's the Settles. Oops, knock everything over. And switch to my regular plate. That was my magnetic plate. Stick this in here, and you know the new folders have the line, which is super convenient when I'm videoing and I'm looking upside down, because see, that's crooked. There we go. So you can tell it's straight. It doesn't have to be on a line, but it gives you a gauge, kind of like a level. So I'm just going to run this through. You can see it presses it all nicely together. It's so pretty. It takes away a little bit of the shimmer from the shimmer paper, I think. Yeah, mine's mounted a little bit crooked, but it'll be okay. You can just take where my little bit of vanilla is showing right there. That's what happens when you mount things when you're upside down. And there. Let's take these. Almost done with this. Stick that on. I'm going to take some pieces here in the middle. And the copper thread. I'm just going to loop this so it will be showing everywhere. And I don't want a lot of it, I just kind of want a wispy touch, because these trees are like barren. So I don't want to then add something that takes away from the barren trees. So just a hint. Add the copper to kind of add a little bit of some other color. Stick that down. And then you always want to make sure that when you do this, that you leave the ends so they're stuck in the middle, because you don't want the straight end just sticking out there. So cut that off. And then you can stick your tree. I'm going to stick a little bit more on here. Oh, and yes, I'm about out of adhesive. Stick that there. And then these are the metallic pearls that come in the annual catalog. So they come in silver and gold. So I'm going to use 3 because it's always nice to use an odd number. So I'll pick 2 of one color and 1 of the other. It doesn't matter which way you go. I think on my sample I have 2 gold and 1 silver, so I'll go the opposite here. And you can see I just grab them on the ends of my scissor tip and they just stick. And then I'll get my little sprig. Just add some adhesive to the end of that. Lift up a corner. Get it so it's stuck underneath there, and then I'm just going to add 1 little bit so that sticks down there. If you want it to go in an envelope, you'd want to angle it so it fits. And then one last little touch. This is the Frost White Shimmer paint. And then I have old Wink of Stellas that are just dry. And they're great for adhering or applying some of this. Just where it looks like there's snow on here, I'm just going to add a tiny bit, a bit of this over those. I don't want to overwhelm it. I don't want to cover like where there's already ink, so I'm just going to add it to the white spots. And just add a tiny bit of shimmer to it. And then that's really it. Simple, simple card. Especially in real life, it's shimmery but simple. It's not an overwhelmingly glittery card. And it would be, I think if I was doing it for a sympathy card, I'd probably leave the pearls off. Maybe the twine as well, and just leave it a simpler card. And it's one of those cards that even doing it on video, they're all going to end up looking pretty similar. But it's a beautiful set. If you haven't paid attention to it, go back and give it a second look in the catalog. It's really pretty. And I'll have some more samples with it because there's a bunch of pieces, and when you add the framelits and the dies to it, there's so much you can do with it. So I hope that it's shown you something that you might not have given much of a glance to on your first look through the catalog, or your second or your third. And we're counting those days down. We're almost there. We're almost to where you can order. So make sure that you have your bonus bucks emails. You're going to need those when you place your order. So have a good Labor Day weekend. I'm hoping that I'm posting this at some point over the weekend and that you still have Labor Day left to go. So everybody that has messaged me and said, is it time yet? I told them at least you have a holiday in between your wait. You know, a holiday can never be a bad thing. So go enjoy your Labor Day and enjoy your time with your family. Have a good night. Bye.